Okay. Huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let me just do a quick little audio check. I mean, no one's here in the first minute, so it's not like it too much of a problem, I think. Let me just, yeah, no, that's fine. Let me just do this though. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Right, mute that. And then we should, in theory, be ready to do this. I do want to do a little dungeon run first, though. You know, just for the coins. The primary way of upgrading characters is using money. This should be fine. Let me just hire this one and then. Is that? Oh, that's just a graphical glitch in the game itself. I see. Okay. So let's see. I think we want to deal with that guy first. Apply the thing and then hit the chili. Okay, then all you have left is these ones. They're pretty weak, so we just knock them out. We will get to the challenge in just a second. Let's see. Let's apply, and then, boom. Wait, how does it work again? Right, yes, blue scouter. Okay, cool. No, because you really don't want Chuck throwing himself in front of anything. Because he is made out of wet toilet paper. Gas station toilet paper, even. You know, he's kind of, sort of useless. Oh, but that was pretty decent. Then we just heal. Let's see. Just one hit should deal with that. Another should deal with that. Not quite, but they're gonna summon instead of actually attack, so it's fine. I mean, it's fine anyway because they're weak as hell. And then we do a cheeky heal, a buff, and knock out. There we go. These dungeons are easy clap at this point. You know, like I barely need to think of what I'm doing. Anyway, then we trigger you, chili you. Alright, you hit that one. Let's see what the DOT does. Nice, giving me money. I'm sorry for starting a little bit later. I hope that didn't interfere with any plans. I'm not at my best right now, but hopefully it will get going over time. Right, we're almost at the final wave, I believe. You know, like I can't really check because the graphical thing, because Samsung fucked up. Let's see, that should really. Are you serious? Okay, well I'm just gonna knock you out. How about that? Haha. Okay, then we just do the heal there. Just a simple attack there. These dungeons are a piece of cake at this point. And then final wave. Quite quick already. And then we hit the chili, which should do a lot of damage. Probably take one or two of them out. Oh, okay. Well, the poison is probably gonna deal with that one, so there, solved. And now we can actually get to the challenge. I don't think it's bad. 5 minutes after stream start. That's quite standard, really. I mean, at this point there was already stuff going on before those 5 minutes are over. Alright, let's see, farm some resources. Okay, so I think we're going to take this upper corner first, because it's like this little sort of independent thingy. And only then will we get to the snow area. Well, it looks like red can easily solo this if I just looked at the power. And we just have to assume there's nothing weird gonna happen. I think it's just like we rage, we hit one. He charges, we hit that one. It's really... Oh, okay. Right. I mean, we don't have our strongest weapon, we just have the chain attack, so we don't have to switch back when we get to any undead enemies. So it should be fine. So far, at least. And then the next level. Oh, more wildlings. I think this one said was a wave battle. Ah, yeah. But again, we just rage, do 2 normal attacks and win. You know, I can't even get a hit in. Even if they did, they don't even do any damage. It's kind of sad, really. Like, they're trying so hard, but they can't even do anything. There we go, just 1 attack. And then another attack. Oh, but I think now they can get a hit in. Yes. But I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I don't think so. You know, like that is just gonna be fine like that. No problem at all. Alrighty. Again, just get some hits. Oh, well, I wonder if this did enough. Let's see, 1397. Oh no, it's still not. Oh, now it is. So in total, they could only get a 1 hit in. Oh, that's kind of sad, but I kind of don't care. We are just rinsing through them at this point. Yeah, like yesterday, I really believe it was the undead sea that really put a hamper on things, that really slowed us down. So now that we're back to normal enemies, we can just no problem. And then we rage, and then we do 2 attacks. It's very simple at this point. Like, sometimes it can get more interesting, but most of the time, not really. You know? But I do believe that there is something that's like past a red gate that might be a little more difficult. But we'll just have to see. This one looked like it, and we get advertisements. Oh, don't you love advertisements? Especially when they're entirely fucking pointless, because like I'm pretty sure this game doesn't even have any of the monetization features anymore, really, because the purchases don't work, so like what's the point even? But yeah, whatever. Oh no, we can't heal. Well, this guy already can't heal, so you did nothing. Wait, did he actually do damage? Oh wow, that is just sad. So what level are you? 23. Wow, that's nothing. There we go. Now we hit that guy. And boom. And that's another wave dealt with. Easy peasy, lemon of a squeezy. I think after this one I might just put it into autoplay because, you know, it's not really at the point where you need to actually think. And I'm pretty sure red at this point can still attack. Like there are a few cases where he'll just keep shielding and gradually die instead of just attack and get rid of the enemy, but at that point we can just take over, of course. Because so far shielding wouldn't really do much of anything. You know, it's kind of pointless because, well, the enemies don't do any damage. And it's just another turn wasted where we could also just attack the enemy and get rid of it. Oh, does this one have a different layout, or did it just have a different Oh, hey, look at that, different enemies. I don't think I commented on this one last time. Yeah, this one's pretty fun. And it's like vaguely based off those enemies from the original Angry Birds, the ones with the helmets. In the original Angry Birds it was a darker helmet, but it's still roughly the same thing. But again, pretty weak, well, at least at this level. Like when you first get here, you actually have to, you know, think a little, or at least bring multiple people. But now just one bird can easily deal with it. And that was pretty interesting because it has an attack and a heal, even though it doesn't really seem like the kind of unit that would heal. You know, like it's literally a soldier unit. You know, it's not one of the magic units where you expect some capacity for healing in some. And it's not one of those that's obviously blatantly a type of healer. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, it's a wave battle. I see. No, not much we have to worry about. Because like, how many hits did they get in? 1 or 2? I'm pretty sure that even if this were a 10 wave battle with enemies like this, we wouldn't even get to the warding of health, which is at 50% health, I believe. And the potion icon in the corner, you can't really recognize that potion icon anymore because the graphical thing. But that one then starts flashing and getting like this, basically the same effect that's around the chili right now. But instead of at the chili, it's at the corner of the potion, and it's like, oh hey, maybe you should heal. And it's like, yes, I know how to look at the health bar. You know, I don't need this extra reminder. Especially because it's turn-based, so I can just sit and wait, you know? But hey, that's just Angry Birds epic for you. Wow, this is a snooze. I mean, I did expect this, of course, to be pretty simple for the most part. Not like but where it gets interesting is where it's not simple. So then it can also become tiring, like the Undead Sea. That's the third castle, I believe. Yes, because first you have the one in the Cold Plateaus, then you have the Desert Castle, and then finally you have advertisements, and then finally you have the Undead Sea. Right, and then after that there's also more castles, but one thing at a time. Oh, that's a very weird. Yeah, sometimes the graphical glitches make the background red and white, and sometimes they make them magenta, which is more expected because that's sort of like the default of missing texture kind of thing. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It doesn't affect gameplay though. It's literally just the graphics, the appearance. So we should be cool. And we have been knocked out. But even with the poison, it doesn't really seem like we have much to worry about. So it should all be okay. There you go, knocked out. I really like the pirate death animation. Like the way they stumble backwards and then fall forwards. I don't know, there's just something very fun about that instead of just the default rollback where you're just spluts into the ground. And I think, yes, the knight death animation is also really fun. Because like he's struggling to keep his balance for like a full second or so. And only then he fully falls back. So I don't think we're gonna see knights anytime soon. They're pretty limited in their distribution across the map. Minion pigs and their variants are pretty common. Pirates and ghosts and zombies too. And brutes as well. But wizards, shamans, and knights are pretty uncommon. Oh, and the foreman pig, right? That one. That one's also relatively common, I believe. Though generally, there would only be one of those in any level, or at least in a wave. Oh right, and we're already out at sea, of course, because we went through the moorlands and now we're already at the water. Was it a wave battle? I believe there was a wave battle. I do this having to pay so little attention that I don't even keep track of what's going on anymore. Oh hey, speak of the devil. Yeah, okay. So you're gonna want to look at this. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just such a fun animation. Let's see, 1310. Okay, you actually have health, so I'm just gonna use the chili on you. Oh, well, now I don't have to worry about that because you... Oh, no, never mind. Oops. But again, like, we have so much health, it's not really that much of an issue, really, you know? Oh, hey, look, Foreman Pig. Oh, wow, there's 3 varieties of knight in one level. That's pretty uncommon. Because, right, you have the weakest possible variant. Then you have this one with the wooden shields and whatnot. And then you have the one with the metal armor. Let's deal with that one. And then you... Yeah, pretty weak. Pretty easy. There we go. How many waves have we... Oh, well, only a few more. I mean, it's always only a few waves, except if you're doing the 10 wave level, of course. But you know what I mean. Okay, I think we're just gonna deal with you because you need to charge your attack first. Ah, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Again, like, they barely do any damage. And there we go, that's the end of the level already. Now, like, all you have to do is just comment on what's happening, or maybe if there's any thoughts about anything else, then I could bring that up, but right now I'm pretty head empty. Yeah, it happens. I've studied for like a few hours today, and this subject is, well, at least the way it's taught is so incredibly boring, and it's really like I just have to work myself through it. So so that's really draining. Like, out of all the subjects I have, that one's definitely the worst. Oh hey, and now we're underwater. It's a no, submarine level. I was gonna say subway, but then I realized, no, that's not quite right. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let you do your thing. How about that? Because you're solo. And there we go. Oh, that's that one little end dealt with already. Now quite easy, quite quick, quite nice. And now in the snow area, first we're going to wait. Huh? Oh, right. Okay, so first we're going to do this. Ah, right, yes. I see. So first we're going to take this lower pathway, because again, it's a dead end. And then we're gonna take the normal route through the castles and all. But again, like they're so weak. What can they even do? At what level are you actually? Oh, you're even worse. Well, that's just sad again. Okay, but you did have enough to tank one hit. Right, that's something we will have to account for at this point. That they will be able to. That some of them will take multiple hits to deal with. Which might not do a whole lot now, but when we get to the final things, it could really ramp up. Ooh. Right, and when we get to the wizard tower, I'm also going to show you something else that I thought was pretty interesting. But again, one thing at a time, you know? First the snow area, then the forest, then the city, then the sea. I think that order isn't quite right, but again, we'll get to it when we get to it. All in due time. All in due time. How many waves? Ah, that looks like a 5-er. But not too much of an issue. Oh, this is one where the pigs come to us. In some of the wave battles, it's just you stay there and the pigs come to you in every next wave. But sometimes you actually move through an area. Wait. Okay, so you healed 396, so you had 10 health. And now you have 0. How about that? Oh, isn't that just grand? Grand, whatever. Sorry, I'm getting to. You know what? I'm going to trust the autopilots to handle this. You know, when we actually have to. When I actually want to do something specific or some strategy is needed, then. Or he just doesn't want to. Whoa! Oh, speak of the devil. Or he just doesn't want to attack. Then I'll handle it, of course. Yeah, because you can always just disable it with the press of a button. Oh, that really wasn't worth that much in terms of enemies. Like, let's be real here. Be so for real. Okay. Then some blueprints that may or may not have been useful at that point in time. And another level. But first we get an advertisement for a Rovio slop game. Because of course we do. Oh yes, good beat, good vibes. Alrighty, let's say... Yeah, let's deal with you. And after that I think autopilot can do it. But maybe not. Who knows? I don't. Tell you that much. There we go. All you have to do is knock out the final little... I guess just another variant of minion pig, but then with like a snow head. What's that called in English? Just head? Like, does English have a separate name for that? Like in Dutch you say mud, but I'm not sure if English also has that sort of distinction. Interesting. Ah, well. Okay, we rage you. Then we hit the shaman. And then we hit the autopilot. Oh, how much health? Alright, 10 again. Okay, how is our mastery doing? Oh, still pretty dog shit. Because if our mastery was only one level higher, I'm pretty sure that would have carried the 10. Do you still have the incompetent? Yes, okay. Right, because most of the time the Foreman pigs have incompetent minions perk. But sometimes they can have the undead perk or the dirty tricks perk. Undead means they revive after a few turns, and dirty tricks means they're immune to effects. But again, not really a concern because this is just a raw damage unit. Red doesn't even have any... Well, no, I guess technically that one of the classes can... Oh wait, no, right, he doesn't have any damage effects, but he does have the capacity to apply a few other negative effects, such as a decreased damage or a focus on a target. And there we go, that's one more. And after that it's only one more. Well, that should be pretty easy. Pretty easy to handle. Just hit the chili like that. Kapow. And then we meow, 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 meow. Maka. Meow. Hello. Where are you? Hello. Hey. Hey, Basie. Hi. Hey, Loes. Hey. Hallo. Ik heb jou een tijdje niet gezien. Hey. Kom maar. Ja. Oh. Ja, het is oké. Ja. Ja, nee. Wat een lieve kittyke. Hey, come on. Right, let me just spin the wheel. Make sure I don't forget that. Yeah. Meow meow. Come. And then just do one more level. Get rid of the use. Yeah. Meow meow. Meow meow. And yeah. Come. Yeah. Hey, Bass. Hey, Bass. Come. Alright, let me just remember to do that. Sorry, I'm being distracted by a cat here. And let's see. Alright, so that's that level. No. Ah. Hey, come here, base. Come here. Come here. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this one loves licking my hands for some reason. I don't know why. He's just a little silly. Aren't you a little silly? A little silly Billy. Yeah. Yeah. Little silly kitty cat. A silly kitty meow meow. Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah. Oh. He's. It depends how he's feeling. You know, he can really do like these sad songs, but sometimes he's just like very short, soft little mews. Meow. Meow meow. Yes. Now, if you want more attention, get back up here, okay? Alright, let me make sure the game actually progresses. Yeah. Yes, see, that is why I grabbed you, you silly cat. Yes, yes. Oh, you're such a good little kitty. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes, there are lots of it. Oh, let me make sure to resize that so the chat isn't all messed up. It's okay, kitty. Okay, no, you're gonna panic from sounds outside. Okay, you do you, bro. This one's a bit of a scary cat, but the other ones that sometimes pop up on stream tend to be a bit more. They're not just not scared; they're downright rude at times. But yeah, this one prefers to hide away. So it was very nice that he decided to show himself. And that's another battle done. Just like that. And yeah, just like I promised last weekend, we're back at Angry Birds. Right, okay, what's the next level? Okay, don't zoom out that much. Okay, there's only 2 levels of zoom, okay. And then we disable those ones. And next level. I think it's quite interesting that these are all air levels, even though, you know, you could just land on the mountain. Oh, hey. And now we have a ground level. Well, sometimes there's not a whole lot of logic to what kind of level it is. Except, of course, that you don't get any of the 2 water types when you're on land. But that would make sense. Also, graphical glitching on that tree, wonderful. Oh right, birds don't have arms, yes. But then how are they holding the weapons and the shields? No, because even in the cartoons, they're able to hold things and throw things. So how does that work exactly? Also, Red just lost his eyes and his beak. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Oh. Sorry, I didn't expect it to crack so loud. Right, yes. Sorry, but our school didn't teach cartoon logic for birds. I know it sounds very strange, you'd expect that to be the standard part of every school's curriculum. But unfortunately, here that's not the case. No, we're breezing through these levels. But I do wonder if the castle is going to give any issues. Because I'm pretty sure there is a summon, but I don't know what kind of summon it is. Now, if it's the one where you have to defeat all of those within a certain amount of time, or if they just end the level when you defeat the main enemies. Let's see, how much health do you have? Oh, we can just single hit. Bang. Like in the castles, I want to really be engaged myself. So here, even though autoplay could handle it no problem, I do want. Oh yeah, that's really interesting. Like an air pirate. No, on the ground level in the Golden Fields, it made sense because it was like the lead up. He was just basically guarding the hot air balloon. But here, it's not really a comparable kind of situation. Like here, it's just randomly on the ground. So that's just a little weird, but that's just how this game be. Yeah. So, sorry, but how cold is the inside of this castle if snow literally gets in? Like, is it even comfortable to live in at that point? The important questions in life. Right, let's deal with the big ones first. Not that they're gonna do a lot of challenge. Yeah, this game is a mess in times. Yeah, some of them use ice magic, but still, if you're living... Oh, well, the entire wall is open here. Okay. Okay, then. Oh, yes. I, too, have a random chasm in my house. Oh, this game is so weird. Like, when you really think about the settings, sometimes there are things where it's just... Hey, this doesn't quite add up. But there we go, that's the wizard dealt with. And now we hit the prince. Oh no, oh nice, he did 69 damage. I know it's really stupid, but it's also funny. And then we just bonk. And now we spin the wheel. And we load the next level. But yes, ice magic. Yeah, some of them use ice magic, but some of them clearly don't. And it's also not like they're the ones with the hats. So it just seems a little weird. But yeah, that's also just the extended Angry Birds universe, I suppose. And now we just hit the knight, then the wizard, And then the other one is the, what are you called actually? Ah, snow pig. Yeah, that's just another variant of mean pig, of course. Oh right, and there's also the pygmies, yes. But they are only really in any sort of non-standard woodland area. Well, non-temperate woodland area, I suppose. So maybe are moorlands temperate? No, I think they're cold actually, but now I don't know. It's not exactly a detail we have to worry about too much. I think. But it can be fun to consider. Okay, and let's see, how much health do you have? Oh, basically nothing. And you starts to take multiple hits. Or maybe already did at the start of this region, I don't know. But well, we're almost at the end of the snow area. Right, when you consider the species they are, pigs of course can live in a variety of areas. You know, like they're present in a whole variety of different climates. You know, in very hot parts of the world and even the cold parts of the world, you're gonna find some form of pig. So yeah, when you think of it that way, but you still think that these being sentient, well, not like technically all pigs are sentient. These being sapient, they would want, you know, some sort of extra comfort when possible. You know, that's why they have the houses in this game, after all. Yeah, that's quite an interesting angle, yeah. Huh. Oh hey, let's see, how many more level? Oh, only one more, and then you're really just out the snow. But there's also just that dry plateau. Angry Birds was made by a spiteful farmer, Roy Vito, who wanted his rivals to farm to lose its success by slandering its pigs. After the game ended being so successfully, banned farming. I'm not sure that's true. The origin story I heard for Rovio and also Angry Birds specifically was that they just wanted to think of some sort of antagonist, and then they came up with pigs because of some sort of disease that was going around at the time, I believe. But it was an interesting read. I will give you that. I am such a good singer. That is a joke, of course. Though I do have, of course, one song released, but you know, that's quite an old one. I mean, like, no, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I haven't really released anything on the song channel in well over a year, maybe 2 years at this point. I don't even really know. You know, maybe I should upload an instrumental version at least. Red, why are you shielding? All you have to do is attack them and you can just rinse through them. Why are you wasting time, bro? The automated play is sometimes a little bit silly. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I wonder what kind of algorithm there is behind that. Because there's more to it than just randomization. I'm pretty sure. You know, like maybe they do just roll dice. I wouldn't know, to be honest. All I know is I just want to play this game. You know, I didn't dig into the source code. That's for the modding communities and whatever to worry about. Yeah, it's still stupid though. It has very limited capabilities. But I also do get that from a gameplay standpoint. Of course, if you just have some sort of perfect player AI, then you miss out on the whole strategy thing. So I can understand it in that regard, but at least just attack, bro. Oh no, wait, they're zombies, so they're gonna take multiple turns. Oh no. I believe there's some undead enemies where they would take multiple hits to deal with. Oh. Oh no. Because they're getting stronger, of course. Drag the bird to the pig. Drag the bird. Yeah, I can do that. You know, when it's already simple. Sorry, let me just go to a shop real quick. Right. Okay, those are pretty decent. Yeah, the adventure really sucks, so I'm not going to invest any of my monies into that. And Pumpkin Plateau. But you know what? Just for you, this battle I'm going to do entirely... No, piss off. This battle I'm going to do entirely manually. There we go. We just deal with that one. And now I'm going to use the chili to deal with the foreman pig. Then I will hit the archaeologist. And finally the soldier. Yeah, actually, now that you say that, like I know, of course, you're just being silly, but do you actually have the game, or are you just living through the experience of other people playing it at this point? Ah, right. You did have it before. And how far did you get? Just out of curiosity. Like I'm not gonna judge you or anything for how far you did or didn't get. Okay, so do you mean Castle 5 or Castle 6? Because of course after you defeat the final castle, or the fifth one, suddenly you have the whole wizard taking the axe further away. Oh, I really like the look of this forest actually. Yeah, with the big demon wizard guy. Which can't be defeated by any pig. No, wait. Which can't be defeated by any bird except one specific combination of damage over time effects. Which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, no, and did you actually try to get 3 stars in all the overworld levels, or did you just call it a day at simply beating it? No, because at that point you've done the story, so the basis of the game has been completed, of course. Hmm. Yeah, no, I figure it's been a while if the last time you played, I'm assuming, was when Rovio still supported it. Also, I really like. Again, I said it, but I really like the coloring of the. Oh, okay, okay. But that's interesting that that was after that, because that means it couldn't have been that long. Wait, no, it's 2025 already. Fuck. So it could have been long ago. Ah, shit. Alright, well, let's see how we do after this red gate. Right, at least it's no more Rovio repeat ads. At least we're getting some variety, so I can't even get too mad. But yes, right, the coloring of this forest is really nice. You know, there's something about this specific shade of green and the way it's combined that is very visually pleasing. Also, I like the fact that you can make Minecraft jokes with this because of the square trees, which is a very deliberate design feature. By the way, it's not like simple art style. No, it's these square blocks are actually their own material in the game. I feel this level might actually be a bit dicey, because of course it's after the red gate, which is pretty late game. What do you mean by that? Kylab. Tell me, what do you mean by that? Right. Yeah, see, the way you phrased that made it look just this little bit suspicious, you know? Just a little bit sus. Meow. Meow. Ja, kom dan. Kom. Nee. Wil je wel of niet? God forbid I express my thoughts unique. Look, saying something makes you feel good because it touches you in the best spot generally only has one specific context where people would use that. You know? Hello. Meow. Come. Yeah. Come. Just. Yeah. Ah, right. Good forest. I see. And now I wonder if we can even beat this level at this point. Because the first wave didn't seem too bad. But now that we're dealing with a bunch more enemies, it actually seems a little tricky. I really just have to hope the final wave doesn't have too much going on in it. So, here's the grand reveal. Hmm. How much do you? Hmm. Okay, I think we might have to take out the adventurer first. But I'm not sure if we're actually gonna make this. But granted, I did not pay a whole lot of attention at the start. So I might just be able to redeem if I try again. Yeah. Okay, let's try again. Because I do feel it's probably possible at this point. Meow. Yeah, see, I was giving you attention, but you didn't want to be at a convenient place. Cats. Okay, so now we hit the chili. That also means they don't get the damage bonus from me being in chili mode. Which, you know, is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Alright, he's gonna heal. and then he's not even gonna heal himself. And I think this one isn't malicious. I think this one is just a little stupid. You know, just you know, one of those DVD screensavers. That is the entirety of his brain, I believe. Yes, you are. Hmm? Stupid. Yes, stupid little kitty. But nice kitty. Also very fluffy. I suppose curiosity can be its own aggression, yeah. But not usually, I'd say. Oh well, maybe it actually is. Seriously, like, all we had to get was one more per hit. Let's see, how much do you... But I think at this point shielding actually is the good move. Because the brute can do quite a lot of damage. Even if he doesn't have the wildling bonus, because it's the most basic form of brute. Okay, and now... Ow! Ow! Why? Don't bite me! And now we... Yes, let's take out the hunter first. And then we can hit the shooters, right? Because they disable our chili, which can be a bit of an issue. And they also just do the most damage at this point. You know, even if you don't account the fact that the minion pig can fall over. You know, the minion pig can just randomly eat shit and die. Which is pretty hilarious. Yes, I am giving you attention. So there's no need to yell for attention. Okay, well, still not optimal. I believe we do have a better setup going into this wave. Let's see, how much health do you have? Right. Okay, let's take out those pygmies. And then try to hit the rage on him. But first, of course, we need to make sure that our rage doesn't get disabled. Alright. Now all we have to do is Rage Chili. Then we take one more. And then... There we go. Pretty tough level, but we did it. Which bird is my favorite? Good question, good question. No, I believe he's called Hal. But I kind of am not sure if that's the name. Gameplay wise, he's pretty good in the original. But he doesn't really appear much in the spin-offs, I believe. But let's see. In this game, I'd say Red is definitely my favorite. You know, he's just such a solid, nice attacker unit. With also pretty decent defensive capabilities. And then in the rest of the Angry Birds franchise, yeah, I think Chuck and Blues are probably wouldn't be it, because they really have their type specialty and are pretty much useless against other materials. Red is just the most basic kind of weak unit. Stella's is just too specific, really, to be useful in general. Terrence is terribly inconsistent. Matilda actually requires aiming, but you can do a nice ricochet or like aiming her aiming and timing in such a way that her launching herself also does decent damage. But I think overall Bubbles or Bomb is probably the most decent one in the mainline games. Alright, let me just do this little side level before continuing down the rest of the branch. Yeah, the inflating guy, that's Bubbles. Not to be confused with Stella, whose power is Bubbles. But yeah, because especially in the games where Bubbles keeps having collision after he's inflated, he's really useful. But there's also some games where Bubbles just kind of stops being useful. Or no, he's still pretty useful, but after he's blown up, he doesn't have collision anymore, like in Angry Birds Space, for example. Okay, so now we need to hit you and get the chain attack. And just hope we don't have to do that again. I'm a happy little guy who likes to frolic in the fields with bunnies and kittens. That is actually a mood. Well, maybe not the happy part, but like wanting that. You know, like it seems pretty fun and relaxing. You know, like bunnies are nice and kitties are nice, so. And they're fluffy, which is a big plus. Ooh, this might actually be a tricky situation. Let's do you, because you can stun us. Joy maxing is such a silly phrase when you consider the context of those maxing mentalities. But it's still a pretty fun one to just see like that. Oh, hey, wait, right. I think we might be slightly fucked. No, ever so slightly. Let's see, what does this do? Aye. That's not good. Yeah. I can't always. Yeah, you can't always be an angry, huge guy who stomps through barren wastelands, throwing bunnies at kittens. Throwing bunnies at kittens. What? How would that even make sense? Oh, that was funny. That was really funny. Right, so I think I just have to hit one of you, just knock you out right away. Then I think we want to hit the pirate, so we... Yes, Mao. Then we want to hit the pirate so he doesn't do the damage down effect anymore. And then meow, 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 meow. There you go. There you go. That enough attention for you? Yeah. And then we hit the poison before we can start focusing on the undead enemies. And ideally we're gonna get a chain attack. I said ideally we're gonna get a chain attack. Yes, I said ideally we're gonna get a chain attack. I said ideally we're gonna get a chain attack. Hello, meow meow. Yes. Alright, then we deal with you. Then we want to take out the big boss in a manner of time known as ASAP, which you might be familiar with and know as soon as possible. But instead he's gonna do... Right, yeah, no, why not? Where I have this slight suspicion this run, at least for this level, is kinda sorta dead. Maybe. Perhaps. How much health do you have? Alright, you're literally just gonna die. Yeah, nah, mate. That ain't gonna be it. Yeah. Hello, yeah. You're a nice kitty. Okay, let's see. Eastern Sea 6. Right. Excel. I can't wait to get to Chuck and watch the runs get worse. Yeah, the thing is, Chuck is made of paper, but he's also pretty good in AoE attacks. You know, like he can attack multiple enemies at once, which might sort of counteract that. At least when we're dealing with undead enemies and just a whole lot of things. What is it with these cats and my microphone? This is the third cat already. Or maybe fourth even. And all of them are just like, yes, microphone is nice. They don't try to eat it. They just, how do you say in English, kopjes geven? No, like they just rub their heads against it. But I am not Chinese. Okay, that's a pretty good move. He already got rid of the brute in the first 2 turns before he could do anything. That's pretty nice. Then, right, I probably should have targeted the other pygmy, but yeah. But maybe we can still redeem that. You know, like if it ever comes down to 300 health, then we know that that was the issue, but otherwise it wouldn't affect anything. How many waves is this? Oh, 3 waves. That can be a little tricky actually. Oh. Frick. Only 741? Okay. Right, I think we should probably prioritize the shaman or the witch doctor or whatever this one's. Like I just call that category of enemy this frick because of course because I hit him, his health wasn't the highest anymore. But also like our chili would have been. Oh, it would have been strong enough. Okay. Alright, well, we'll just have to see next try for this level. If we end up having to do that. You know, we probably will. Oh, damn, you really just are a savage. There we go. Okay, that's 2 more hits. We really have to hope the next wave is weak, but as we've seen before, the final wave can also be pretty strong. Which, as a whole, is pretty unfortunate. Oh, come on. Good news is, though, I don't think it will be coming down to the 200 health from the start. Right, okay, we need to take you out first, of course. Then you are the only active threat. But well, let's be real here. It's not exactly like we're... yeah, no. Okay, so make sure I actually aim my hits correctly. And then we have pretty decent odds. Okay, so yes. First you take out the brute. Then, let's see, how much damage do you do? Oh, that's pretty similar. And we don't want the stun chance, of course, so let's deal with those first. Oh, and they're also only 1 hit. That's also good to keep in mind. Not many enemies are at this point. Yeah, that's because they're level... Oh, 37 only? I thought they would be like level 50 at that point, but... Okay, so now we get out of wave 5 while being in much better shape overall. Now you two are gonna do supportive things first. But I'm still gonna hit you. And then put the rage on the shaman. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Are you serious, bro? Right, anyways, rage on the shaman. Oh, this is not looking good. I can tell you that much. Yeah, alright. One more try before I put it in the Excel. Just one more. Oh, hell yeah. Right, first we take out the root, then we take some loot. Wait, right. No, they. Alright, that cheese looking. Yes, that cheese really be looking great. Yes, so, sometimes the props are pretty funny. Frick. Because sometimes it's like, oh wait, makes sense. Like, oh, it's a sec because it's a farmer or an archaeologist. And sometimes it's a little silly, like the bird catcher one. But it's still somewhat sensible. Sometimes it's just a random piece of cheese. And at that point you're kind of wondering what even is going on. Aha. Right, shield. And hope we can take out the shaman. But it's really gonna depend on how the game is gonna treat things. Of course the game is gonna be like this. Right, anyways, just hit the shaman and see what happens. The annoying thing is that these are two healers basically working together. But at least we're getting somewhere, maybe? Okay, this actually doesn't look like it's getting that productive. Because if we shield, then he's gonna heal. And if we don't shield, then we take 1 billion damage. So it's a little bit tricky. At the sip, bro, 30 health, really? At this point, like, what's even going on anymore? Yeah, I think it's best to admit defeat in this one. And into the Excel file it goes. RGV2. Maybe this one can be better? Who knows? Because of course, like, we with those 2 levels where we struggled, we did make it through the first 2 waves. So that's pretty nice. Wait, what level are you? 47? Jesus, bro. Anyways, let's just hard focus the wizard. No. Should be just 1 more hit. Unless you sneaky, disgusting. Oh my god. Right. Let's see, is this gonna work? Sure, if you're gonna... Okay, let's retry. Okay, let's see how much health these ones have. Alright, 63 and 73. Okay, I think I might do this. Alright. And then do this. Because it might just be marginally easier to do it in that order. But quite frankly, I am not sure. Now they might be just powerful enough to keep themselves fully topped up. No, it's a really cursed synergy they have. Oh, dang. Right, and let's try 1 more time with just attacking the what do you call it? The wizard, right? And just hope that maybe he does the attack first and only then the support move. But you know, you just have to wait and see, because for example the red one also should do its support move first, but that one just randomly attacked at some point. Okay, 14-11, 13-10. Ah, dang it. Wait. Of course, I have these stronger weapons in the bank. So let's revisit the struggle level. Now at Eastern Sea we really needed a chain attack. But for Red Giant Valley, and we might be able to just swap out weapons and beat it like that. Ooh, nice. Alright, so you need this one. And back to Red Giant Valley 2. Now we have much more power and a much better shot. I wonder, can I single hit you? There we go, single hit even. Okay, then we hit the bird catchers. Okay, this is going way smoother. Then 2 more pygmies. Oh, and they're also single hit now. Hell yeah. Right. Right, okay. And then he starts triggering the healing. And we get stunned. What? Oh, of course we get stunned. Why wouldn't we get stunned? So what's your base health like? 49 and 51. Are we actually making a dent? I'm not too sure. Okay, and now if we do that, do we still have enough attack power? Yes. Okay, it's not looking good, but we might be able to do something with this nonetheless. Keyword is might. I'm not saying anything definitively for obvious reasons. Wait, are they guaranteed to hit? Yes. Right, I think maybe I should hit the bird catchers first in the second wave, because they are single hits, and so the healing doesn't really apply to them. But it's still a bit of a gamble, so we'll just have to see. But the first things first, we get this wave out of the way first. Oh hey, this kind of forest, even though the trees are different because it's no longer square trees, it's still looking pretty similar for just about anything else. Alright, and then we hit you. Then we just tank this one hit. Then we know we won't really get anything productive out of hitting them now. So we just keep tanking. Then I'll just do you so I can take out the other one. And that one's dealt with. Now this one is probably worth hitting now. Oh right, we have the stun chance. That's pretty nice. Okay, so it's not looking great, but it's also not looking terrible. And now we are at roughly 40% health. And we're already at the final wave. Right, I think it might be better to focus those ones. I think we just might be able to afford a single like heavy hit. If we shield. Yeah, we do need to shield here. Okay, then we hit you. You're still gonna summon, which is a little annoying, but we can manage, we can survive. Then we hit you. Now we're gonna shield again. Then we're gonna chili. And this is still pretty dicey. But I think we just might be able to take them out before they actually become an issue. Not like we just need to tank one more hit. And it's a level beat. Tough one. And it was a pretty close call. But somehow we actually managed to get through it. And now this one should also be a breeze, because we can basically take one of them out before the synergy takes effect. And with that, well, I'll just show. There. Bam, he's out. Gone. I'm like, oh, you're gonna heal yourself. Well, yeah, no, but we can fully counteract that, so... Or almost fully. So it doesn't really matter anymore. And also you lost your little partner in crime. So you're gone. Yes, how about that? Meow. Meow. Yeah, you decided you didn't want to be on the chair. Did you remember that? Do you remember that, kitty cat? Alright, and then more red giant valley. We just take out the brute. Easy clap. Then after that we okay, the brute doesn't single hit, or the okay, that's a little bit more tricky. Right, I forgot that these ones are even higher level. But right, we just hit these ones because they can actually summon, whereas the default ones aren't able. And then we've basically closed the supply of units into the level. We can just take out the stragglers just like that. So now we're getting at the point where we really do need to actually strategize and think. Well, it's actually kind of fun. I mean, because, yeah, sure, it's fun rinsing through levels, but it also gets a bit repetitive and boring after a while. So if you then actually get to engage your brain again, that's pretty nice. And it's a battle 1. Wow. Only 2 stars, but well, we're not here to get stars, we're here to just beat a level. Now getting 3 stars, that is its own beast. I'm absolutely not going to combine that with any of these challenges. Ooh. Ah well. We'll see what happens. Alright, we just bonk. And then for the normal attacks, we just do that. And for the charged attack, we actually really need to shield, really. Right, deal damage, stun, and remove. Oh, okay. Right. It removes the effects and only then does the damage. So, in other words, we just have to keep attacking. And can we do that? Oh, eh? Oh, right, because bonus attack power, yeah. Okay, that can be a little bit tricky. Hello, yes, come. Come then. Well, it's your loss, bro. You know you're free to just get up here. Like, I'm not stopping you. The only one stopping you is you, because you actually get away from it, even when I put you there. Okay, so we just hit, and then we hit, and then we hit, and then we hit. You might be detecting a pattern here. I feel that the percentage of damage ability you gain scales in a different way than it normally does, or is supposed to. Right, like I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 50% and not 100% for a full chili. So yeah, that's definitely, most certainly a battle that we cannot, well, pass really. Oh wow, look at the layout of this little world. Sorry, I am getting distracted again. Right. Okay, so that's RGV5. Let me just RGV5 that. And then, right, we have pirates, which may have ghosts, which may be an issue, but oh, it seems fine. Oh wow, they're also weak. And let's deal with you first, because you're gonna heal someone. Oh wait, no, it's an attack. Your heal is, oh, just an instant thing, right? Well, not instant, but it's applied and then takes effect. It's like it can instantly be applied. Oh, not like that. But again, not really an issue of any sort. We just hit, and then we hit again. Okay, that's one of the side tracks done. Yeah, only 2 stars, but we don't really care, you know. Alright, then we get back here. This level. So this should all be pretty manageable again. Dun, 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 I don't care. And then we just do a little attack. Oh, and you're just gonna target instead of, you know, attacking. You know, I'm not complaining. You're just wasting your turns, especially because there's only one enemy, so that one's already targeted right away. This game can be funny. So now we hit this little side level. Again, Knight is pretty weak, so we can just, you know, one chili and it's done. You don't even have to test or anything. It's just like you just know when you look at the power and you consider the way scaling works on single enemies. Cool, so now we just have this little side track to, hello meow meow, hello, yes, I will be continuing game though, but you will get your attention. You do not need to use your nails. You do not need to use your nails. Oh, you're so lucky that I care so much about you. Did you know that? Cheeky little bastard. Yes. Wait, is that just a battle? Like, wow. That was really anticlimactic, really. Especially because the final enemy was just the unit that takes itself out. And now for my final move, self-destruction. It's kind of silly. Yes, you're a nice cat. Nice cat. Yes. Wait. Okay. Ow. Yes, you're a very nice and soft and fluffy kitty, but you're also getting in the way. And you're hurting me with your nails. But well, fortunately these units are just single attacks again, because we're not on the side track, but they're a higher level. So in essence, so far so good. Yes, you're a nice kid. You're a nice cat. Yes. Okay. we just have these two. Pretty simple. At what wave are we? Alright. Oh, we're already at the final wave. Nice. Hey, no, don't go stepping on my phone screen, okay? Or that! Ow, 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 ow. Bro. Yes, come here. Come here. Good. Good cat. Good cat. Yes. Okay. Hopefully he'll be happy there and not decide to jump up again. I do have to operate with my non-dominant hand now, so that's a little annoying, but fortunately the controls are very simple, so it should still be manageable, you know. Right, we just got a few more sea levels to go. And then we have this sort of like the city outskirts. The suburbs, if you will. Yeah, meow, meow, meow. But should still, you know, be fine. We can just hit them. It's still a single hit even. Even though I'm pretty sure this range of levels was optional. Maybe it wasn't. I don't quite remember anymore. Yeah, the game doesn't have too much in story, but sometimes you don't really know which areas were optional and which ones weren't. Like everything past the friendship gate is entirely optional, but other than that, there's still a few optional levels. I wouldn't really know which would be which. And then we just do that. Take him out in just a single move. Then we dealt with this one, which is pretty nice. And the other one just takes itself out, and there we go, final one already. Meow meow. And this one is really simple because all these units will take themselves out. Well, you can still take one of them out, so we take just a little bit less damage, which would be nice. Yes, thank you, cat, for knocking off my headphones. You know, you're glad Rovio never made this game today, because they definitely put all classes beside the start. Or some gacha system, yes. Honestly, the way they handled the gold classes is pretty bad. Maybe it just looks worse, because of course you don't have the normal methods of getting gold coins, other than advertisements or doing some third party stuff, which like technically isn't legit. Oh, definitely. Or they would make all of them cost the 3000 silver, like they did with the priestess, I believe. Which is just a ridiculous cost. Yes, you know, I'm really glad that most of them just had that normal silver cost, and that really only the priestess, or at least only one class, was that ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, and now the airship, the air pirate, isn't even on the ground, but he's straight up below sea. He's just under the sea. What is this game even? What is the logic with the enemy distribution? Oh god, now I'm reminded of the gacha heads. I'm not sure if it's technically gacha, but the elevator bullshit thing to get the heads in Angry Birds 2. But that game really is just a mess overall. And advertisement dealt with. Cool. Alrighty, let me just fix some things on my end here. Okay, well this is even worse. Now it's just 3 air pirates under the sea. Like, what happened to the normal pirates? You know, the ones that would make sense on water. And then we take out the ones that tries to buff itself, of course. And now neither of them does, so it doesn't really matter which one we take out. Well, not really mattered anyway, because again, they're really weak. Oh god, doing this challenge with Paladin is bait banner, save your pools for Samurai Red. It's way better for endgame. Honestly, Samurai Red is way better for game, just in general. Like even the very first level. Oh hey, we made it out of the sea. Only a few more levels before we get into the city. Oh, we really are making it slowly but surely. Yeah, we can just hit you. Okay, I think we're gonna focus the rogues, then the normal one, and then the ghost. Now, I really didn't expect to see a double ghost on a level like this. What was this? The old nesting burrows, something like that, I believe. Right, then we hit you. And then we basically just keep repeating that until they stop missing. Ah, dang it. Well, you know, it happens. It probably would have been better to focus on the one that didn't have the dodge thing enabled. But in the end, it turns out to be fine anyway. So hey, we chillin'. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Like, we're on the outskirts of the city. And then when we get into the city, ooh, it's gonna be good soup. Oh wow, these ones are just really just the weakest possible units in the entirety of the game. Oh well, that's gonna be easy. Oh, could you imagine if Alpha Pig would just only be able to summon the rogues and the minion pigs? Or just only be able to summon any sort of pig in the minion pig category? Oh, that would be so nice, and then I would definitely be able to get into Cave 26. But no, instead he has to summon strong enemies and destroy me. Which only happened because Chuck is made out of wet toilet paper from a gas station, and as such can just be killed in a single turn. From full health to 0. Just like that. Bro, what the fuck? Now I am detecting a minor issue there. So I will have to switch back to the chain attack. Which is gonna take like just a few seconds. And I do hope that won't cause any issues. Chain attack, there we go. This could have been the Genshin killer if it came out today and Rovio wasn't. I don't think so. And that's not just because I also like Genshin. It's just because it's such entirely different types of games that it doesn't really feel like they would be competing in much of the same space. You know, like if you were to have a Venn diagram, there would be only this very small bit of overlap. End of service tomorrow? What? I mean, Rovio already got support for the game, right? So... what? Am I missing something here? Right. Anyway, we take out the ghosty. No, don't tell me the ghosty has high health. Oh, fortunately. End of service like 20 years ago then. You mean... what? Wait, let me just look something up. Rovio... classics suspension, sure. Let's see, when was that? Sorry, now I'm getting distracted. Right. Okay. Let's see. Published. End of service. History updates. What? Sorry, what? Hey? Okay, let's check one of the other games. Seasons, history. Alright, they took games offline in June. So I don't know what that would have to do with 20 November. And I'm just going to continue playing. Okay, and now we just keep doing this until we get 2 chain attacks in a row, which is possible. It just doesn't have that high odds. You know, like I thought the amount of years was excessive, but I thought the date within the year still would have been serious. But yeah, it was somewhere in 2020 or around there. And I think I have it actually in Excel file somewhere, like for all the classics. We are so close. All we need is 2 chain attacks in a row. I am getting deja vu about that part in the Undead Sea. I'm pretty sure you know the one. But he has 4 ghosts. He can theoretically take those out. Even if just barely. You know, 3 is more manageable, and 2 wouldn't even require any chain attacks if you can one-hit them all. And then okay, there we go. So we keep getting the single chain attacks, and there we go. Well, sometimes it takes a bit more time than expected, sometimes a little less. And this one is gonna be fine. You know, we just take that one. Then we take out this rogue. And then, well, let's see if we get chain. No. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We can just keep trying to hit the pig, and then bam, done. Bada bing, bada boom. A problem is solved. Meow, meow. You know, you just have to get here, and then I will just pet you. Meow, 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 meow. I know you simply can get here because you did it before. So I'm going to leave this to you now. You know, if you want to stay on the ground, that's fine. Meow. Meow. Yeah, see, I can also meow. How about that? Meow. This cat of mine. And then after this advertisement, what is it? A single wave battle? Oh, that's pretty nice. Because then we can just hit everyone, no problem. And it also means we won't get any surprises like, oh hey, suddenly different set of enemies that requires a different approach. No, cat, do not. No, well, God, what are you... Look, you're nice and you're cute and fluffy and all, but don't start randomly doing inputs on my devices, okay? There. You're happy with that? Good. And now we just have to... Okay, well. We got a good roll on that one. Ow, 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 ow. And so we didn't have to wait multiple turns to take out the ghost. Ow, ow, motherfucker. You little shit. Nee, oké, je bent lief, maar gebruik gewoon je nagels niet. Right. Ooh, this is that special level where it's like, oh hey, suddenly you're fighting against yourself. I don't think the Duel of Honor thing mattered a whole lot here. I mean, like, of course, when I first unlocked the level... Ow. God. So aggressive. And for what? Ah. Okay, come. Come. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Focus there. Focus there. Yes. Why must you be like this? Why can't you just sit and be content? Yes, yes, like that. Like that. Good, good. Come. Yes, yes. Alright, and then I think it's one more level until the gate, and then we have the level behind the gate. Yes. And then after that, it's the city, yes. Oh hey, this one's actually... Oh right, because of course we switched out the weapons. I wonder, will the city also have a bunch of the ghost enemies? Or can we go back to our high damage weapon instead? Meow. Meow. Yeah, okay. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. That is just one more. Alright, just hit that one. Unfortunately we got the chain attack to hit even more. Yes. Alright. Just... Alright, there we go. Yes, you're a nice kitten. Yeah. Okay. You know, it's very fortunate that I'm playing like a very low intensity game. So the cat doesn't have to worry too much. And I can actually afford to just surrender one hand. Is it Monty again? Oh, hello. Are you back? Alright, and all you do is just summon rogues. And not even anything special, it's literally just summon rogue. And I think that... maybe you could summon more, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But a 7 or 8 is the cap of units on the field. So he couldn't summon any more past that. You know, you noticed that a lot during the Alpha Pig fight. Which is very fortunate, because if there was no cap, it would be extremely ridiculous. Just straight up. Oh, and also some of the drone levels have a lot of summoning going on. So you can also see it there. Hello, hello, yes, you're a cat. I know, I am aware that you are a cat. Yes. And you're also trying to knock my headphones off for some reason. Yeah, anyway, we take out another row, just like that. Now, the cats, what? And then the final rogue, he didn't get chain attacks anymore, so we had to take him out manually. But yeah, that's fine. You know, that's fine. That's fine. You really do not need to use those nails. There is not a single legitimate reason to do that. Anyway, now we just hit that. Then we hit Mario, legally distinct Mario, and then we hit the Solidaire. Or just chain attack and deal with them at the same time. Yeah, that's fine too. Yes. Okay. A wave battle, but probably pretty simple. They're still pretty low level. I don't expect much of any special traits that would get in the way. Okay, so we chili that one. Then we hit the corporal, and then we hit the feather dude. What are you called actually? The guard. I don't know why they're like freaky with the feathers like that. No, I do understand, because like, oh hey, feathers make you feel softer, so it empties the rage chili. Okay, that's Mario dealt with. Then we hit the corporal, because that one doesn't really matter at this point. In fact, I'm gonna do that one just to spite you, just to have you stack your attack buffs and still be entirely unable to make so much as a dent in my health. Oh, you're gonna shield. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna destroy you. How about that? Kapow! And then we just hit the corporal, and we finally do the soldier. The only reason you survived that was because you were shielded, but now you're gone. How about that? Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, the ingots, yes. That is the sign that you're in the late game area. Well, I mean, we're talking about the campaign. If you're talking about the game as a whole, then the entire overworld is early game, or mid game at best. And some of the other and a bunch of the caves would also just be early game. There we go, we hit the prince. Wait, do you have a sock in your mailbox? What? Also, why is the mailbox at such a weird angle and like away from the house without it being properly like a driveway or anything like that? Like it's just randomly away from the house. Oh right, there. Sometimes you have the weird visual glitch on the heels that the bar stays green. That one's actually kind of fun. Also, sometimes it's fun to be like, oh, of this list of visual glitches, which one will we get today? And battle done not. Okay. And now? Alright, see, so this is one of the battles. Like it's not a castle, but it's one of the battles where the supplementary summons somehow keep the battle going. Which is a little ridiculous, but yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Shut up, you little bitch. Yeah, maybe that's a little rude, but I mean, like, look at the dude. He deserves it. With all due offense. Okay, that's just a cave. That's just a... Oh! Naruhodo, I see. So the city itself is then pretty small in terms of levels. You've got the outskirts and then you've got like the actual city, which is only 3 levels. Anyways, let me just plonk, insta kill. Yeah, oh, you're gonna do some damage back. I don't care. Kapow. Be gone. Be defeated. How about that? Huh? Yeah, that's right. I took you out. Out of this world. Just completely gone. How about that? And then we get the castle. And the annoying thing is that this is another level where the supplementary summons keep the battle going. So I cannot use my high level thing, I have to use the chain attack thing, which could really put a hamper on things. Anyways, take out the highest one and then hit the normal ones. Now, I will just see how far it gets. I'll only be giving this one a single try, because having to make your way through the entire castle again with minimal chance of actually doing something just is... Oh motherfucker, are you kidding me? How much health? 21? Dude. Are you serious? Well, that's off to a rough start. Let's see, we took 2000 damage in the first wave, which is just supposed to be the weak enemies that don't do any damage. Right then, of course, why not? Ah well, we just have to make do. Well, it's not entirely unmanageable or anything. So, well, we should be fine in the end. Mm-hmm. Or not. Now that I really take a look at it. This looks a little cursed, almost. Right. Yeah, the reason I didn't hit the wizard first is because I want to charge my chili up first. Seeing as he would take multiple hits otherwise, it would have been more efficient to just take out a secondary unit. Fortunately, they don't really do much. They're just kind of there to be annoying. But I mean, they can then total some hefty damage simply by sheer number. Which is a little less fortunate, but yeah, again, it happens. Okay, now we need the Royal Guard out ASAP. And then we can just deal with the normal ones. It's still looking pretty rough for red. But well, that is just the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Alright, and we will save the chili for the final wave, obviously. But I'm not sure it's gonna save us. Oh yeah, no, if we don't take them out and he doesn't stumble, we are doomed. But somehow, some way. Right now, we're absolutely gonna be taken out because like even the slightest attack will just murk us. Like even this one where it does like 27 damage is the end. Oh, I mean effectively, that is. But hey, at least we took one of them out. So all in all, that's fair enough. Let me just hit Colossal 5 strong. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels so far. Out of the, I think it's 200 or so. So that's like 4%. Let's round up, just because I believe it's a little less than 200. So that's not even that bad, all things considered. Yeah, that's not even that bad. And now we are making our way up Hoghead Mountain. Where we may or may not stop by a 10 wave level. Well, I think I'm going to give that the same treatment as Castle 5, which is just one try. If we don't get it, I put it down in the Excel file and I just move to the next. That seems like a decent balance of approach. Yeah, that's not that bad. Because there you go, you have this level, then you have 2 side things, and then you just have this final spiral. So we really are slowly but surely chewing our way through. Okay, we are almost there. And then that's one of the classes completed. Bonk. Be gone. Oh no, you're using your necromancer thingies. But it doesn't matter because I am way too strong anyway. Do not summon. Don't you dare summon. Ah well. Yeah, it's probably gonna be fine. Let me just deal with that one. So we don't randomly have this straggler while we're trying to deal with the undead. Oh, and both of these are also, they take 3 turns to regen rather than the 1 turn. So we are absolutely golden. There we go. Problem solved. He's gone. He's dead. He's dealt with. Bye bye. Dun, 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 dun. So then we get the air level, I believe. And then we have this little side level over there. You know, like that's just one, so that's pretty quick. And then it's just one more arm. And then the actual campaign again. Oh, Sorvali did a wonderful job on this soundtrack, I must say. It is always such a joy to listen to. Oh, I like the background on this level where it's a sort of sunset. That's very nice. That's very nice. But then also a bit of variety. You know, it's not just 1 or 2 skyboxes. Well, maybe it's only 2, but still, like, it's not enough variety for when you're just playing. There we go. This one, is it a wave? Yes. How many? We'll see. But either way, we can manage, no problem. It is gonna be just fine. Can we skip the advertisement? Yes, thank you. Oh, we just get some weak wizards. The Wizards of Weak, how about that? Haha. Instead of, like, the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, okay, it wasn't that high level of a joke, I will admit that. You know, it's not some sort of rhyme or some good wordplay, it's literally just replacing the last word with something entirely different. I mean, at least had alliteration, that's gotta count for something, right? Oh no, it's the healer. How much do you heal? Oh, fortunately, you barely do anything. Oh, that's nice. You had me scared there for a moment. You really did. And then I found out you were entirely useless. Wow, okay, so 597 plus whatever you have now. Oh, bro, you only had 100 health left? Seriously? Yeah, anyways, this other one will be dealt with instantly. Just gone. And then this one will probably also be dealt with instantly because they're incredibly weak. And then we have another wizard. But again, weak. So, yeah. Now we are going to be fine. Like, sure, it's going to look scary maybe, but no matter what happens, we are gonna clear this no problem whatsoever. There's not gonna be any issue in any way, shape, or form. Hello, meow meow, meow meow meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I just have a cat in my room who's being a little annoying, but he's also cute and nice, so I can't really get too mad at him, you know. Just this one wizard to deal with. And now the healing wore off, so 2 hits, I'd say. And then with a bit of luck we get the chain attack. So that saves us another turn. Ooh, the cherries. Nice. They're an ingredient for the highest health potion. Yes, potions is a bit of a general term in this game, but I mean specifically for the health. Yeah. Hello, yes. Yeah. Oh hey, it's another wave battle. Let's go. But first another advertisement. Let's know. Yes, sorry, that was that good. What are you gonna do about it? It's my stream. Hello. Okay. No. Okay. Ooh, nice. We took the healer out just right away. That's very nice. That means we won't be slowed down when trying to deal with the rest. Meow meow. What? Cat, what are you doing? Like, hey, Shane, what's the goal here? I'm pretty sure he also did not know what the goal was. I mean, like, sure, but this was when he was walking away, but now he's walking back again, so I really don't know what that DVD screensaver is doing in there. You know, like it's bouncing around and it's hitting some weird corners. Okay, that's the necromancer already dealt with, which is nice because the summons can be quite a problem. Then we're gonna hit the red one, the pyro mage or whatever. Pyro pig. Same difference. And then we need to hit him 2 more times. Oh right, the necromancer revives, of course, because it's an undead enemy. Ah well. And in that case, I will just be dealing with this one, and then I'll hit the chili. Yeah, you can't really come back from that one, now can you? And as expected, he is a gun. Right, then I will hit the snow wizard thingy. Let's see, what are you called? The frost pig. And like, if you're gonna name one after an element, you know, like pyro, then why not be consistent? Why not call this one cryo? I'm pretty sure the green one, you know, like themed after plants and whatever, also has a very weird naming convention. or like the point is that it doesn't follow any naming convention. It's just like a different name, and there's no consistency. Not that it like matters a lot, but it's just something you notice when you play the game a lot. And then we just take out this zombie. Yeah, your summon didn't do much for you, now did it? And we are getting through this quite nicely now. Quite nicely, I must say. And then it is just 2 more levels after this one before we get to the final spiral. I'm calling it a spiral because it goes in a circle and then it goes inside. You know, like it's too small to like properly be a spiral, but I'm just calling it a spiral because it sounds nicer than circle. Or a circle which then goes to one level in the middle. Let's see, how many waves do we have? Okay, that seems pretty manageable still. Alright, it looks like 5 because you have the one icon for red, and then you have the level complete icon. But the single ghost, we can hit that one just like that. the big circle. I mean, yeah, it is on Hoghead Mountain after all. You know, like even the place is already called after pigs. So that's a pretty fair one. Yeah. So that one makes sense. Now, I am not exactly an expert on rescue methods, but I don't think a life ring will help a lot when you fall off an airship. Yeah, I think that by the time any response could be done, it's already too late. But again, I'm not an expert. Here we're just gonna do this. Oh hey, and it actually worked somehow. You know, like I wasn't sure which one it was gonna hit because they have different health. Unfortunately, it hit the one that wasn't going to revive, which is pretty nice. Oh, you're healing, but actually, you're not really profiting of that because I'm defeating you with ease. Boom. Ka-chow. I am strength. Like, speed doesn't really make sense in this context. So I had to think of another word. We're almost at the 10 wave. Just a little further. And we just hit the chili. Boom. Then we hit the wizard. You know, the big wizard and not the wannabe that can't really do anything. Like their attacks aren't even magic attacks. It's just he hits you physically. Yeah, I really don't care that. Oh, the electricity shocks me. Ooh. Because I have enough disposable health that isn't really an issue. Right. Okay, Frostpig and Pyropig seem very conflicting. to have like next to each other. Not like one is cold, one is heat. But maybe it works together because then it would do extra damage. Of course not in this game because it doesn't do like elemental reactions or anything. But in theory, you know? Game theory! I wonder what Matt's up to these days. Like, I know he got involved in politics, and that's about all I all I know. No, I don't really know much of whatever else he may or may not be doing at this point. Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't even know if it went anywhere. Like, I just knew it was a thing, and that's about the last bit of information I saw about MadBet doing something. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? I sure don't. Can tell you that much. Sorry, just decided to add a few notes to make it a bit more boppy. Oh, boppy. That's a nice word. Boppy. Boppy. And now we are at an absolutely curse level to try and one person without AoE. But fortunately, there's one enemy that just runs away. You know, we it's just do, and then at the very end, it's actually a fight. But at the start, not really anything. And the funny thing is that even if you defeat him in every wave before the end, he still appears at the end. But then when you defeat him at the end, he's gone. And yes, Piggy McCool is fucking awesome. He's the GOAT. You know, he has a shop with very reasonable prices for the basic stuff. He gives you the like hard rock thingies for rerolls and probably a few other things, but I only really used them for rerolls. And oh right, as a mercenary, he's pretty useful because you can actually like rob the other enemies. And his ultimate is basically like Matilda's when there haven't been any negative effects applied, except for the fact that he also refills the chili. And his support is pretty mid, like it just means you don't have to recraft something. But it's like, yeah. But his attack is also pretty decent damage. And he has like very high health, so that's also very nice. You have him to thank as you lack friends on Facebook. Well, good news, the Facebook integration thingy just completely stopped working in this game. Dang it, we didn't get the chain attack, so now we have to hit that one again. But right now I'm pretty sure you can just take them out, because this one, yes. That one is just gone and dealt with just like that, just fine. Wait, the Fang in which way? Or is it really just for the basic things I just listed already? This wave is going to be a bit more tricky. You see, the chili isn't gonna help because that guy is still there and he will just completely take the aggro. How much health do you... Oh no, don't tell me you're gonna summon. Ah, please. Please do not summon. Ah, dang it. This is a really neat... a really neat what? Or did you not mean to add the indefinite article there? Okay, the challenge, if you just mean the challenge, it's still pretty fun, even if you don't entirely win. Right, it's also a little bit just about doing something and chatting. Oh, this is a really neat fight. Right. I see. Well, I don't quite agree. I mean, like, normally it is really neat, but in this challenge, not really, because we're here at a composition that's basically it is something different, yes. In that regard, it's really nice. But like it's pretty sure it's roughly halfway. Okay, and at this point it's entirely impossible to actually beat. So I'm just going to let them take me out in this one. Yeah, I think they deserve that at least. Like, yeah, well played. There we go, just one more hit or so and boom. Now we wait the timer because I am not going to waste my bird revival thing. Obviously. And there. Now all of the side things have been done. And we can head to the spiral. You know, the 5 shield wizards, which are probably gonna be pretty weak now. So we can just take them out, no problem. And of course, the one... And oh, we are actually surviving this. Oh, I did not account for that. Do you do damage? Well, fortunately you don't do damage. Cool. Oh, and I really like this, like, doomed, cursed, evil background kind of thing. No, I think it would have been better if it sort of matched the sort of platform it was on. But I can also understand why they did like this instead. Bro, what is it with you and the suspicious phrasing? Like, is there something on your mind? Oh, it's because it's November, right? Naruhodo. I understand. I just did a little calculation in my brain space. I understand what's going on now. Oh, sorry. I just love that there's a random bridge here, as if that makes any sense at all. See, just saying good art is boring. You'd much prefer the... right, I'm... I'm not entirely certain That's entirely true. No, I guess it is pretty funny. Yeah. I will have to give you that. And wow, it was a pretty quick level, fortunately. There we go. Just 3 more shields to go, and 1 more castle. But first we spin the wheel, we take the loot, and we... You yap so much. Sorry, where was I? Ah, right. Oh, right, what's this one called? The Earthblood Pig. See, like that's such a... It's a pretty cool name, but it's very... Just, it further shows how inconsistent the wizard naming is. You know, like most of the brutes are just called brutes. But with the wizards, they're being a little special. Oh, no. You heal 14 health, and that's... But maybe if we just switch to the normal weapon, we should be fine. Hopefully. Let me take a good look at that. No, the thing was, we only do a certain amount of damage, and his heals were higher than that amount of damage. So he would just keep healing, and it would be impossible. But now we do more than his heals, so we should take him down no problem. I do not believe when the simple mathematics show that I should not believe. But there, see, like now he's already down to half health. And while we can't take him down a whole lot, we're still bringing him down bit by bit. Like it should be manageable in the... Oh! Wait, what? Right, because now this... How much damage? 35%? But maybe this does get us to the chili. Especially when we have the benefit of him getting knocked out. So I'm saying we do have a shot. But I think this one is going to be like a little tight. Okay, because now he's down to 3000 health. And then 1 more. Yeah, probably 1 more chili. Shoot the trick. Or maybe another stun. Could be nice, could be nice. No, we are almost there. I really didn't expect him to be healing so much. Like I thought like, oh, he's gonna heal like 500, 600, but no, it's 1500. That's 3 times the amount. But we are almost there, because now the chili is charging up again. He's gonna attack. Bro, are you for real? That's like 99% filled. What even? This does seem a little bit tricky. But who knows, who knows. I will just continue this to the very end, regardless of which of us ends up winning. You know, like here, I will not... This is Chuck's fault somehow, I know it. Right, because this is a wizard and Chuck is also a wizard. That must be it. Yeah. Okay, that's something I also do like, that most of the characters actually follow a very limited set of classes. You know, like it's very clearly defined. Like Red is always some form of knight. Chuck is always some form of wizard. Matilda is a bit more general, but healer. Bomb is always some variant of pirate. I mean, like Berserker is a bit disputable, but other than that, you know, he's pretty solidly just a pirate. And who else do we have? Right, and the blues are just miscellaneous. Right then. Okay, green with a strong. And 2 more shields to go. This one should be fine because this one doesn't heal. Oh, the best in the world or something. I don't know. I don't care. Because I don't really care for Angry Birds Friends. Though I am pretty confident it's not a slop game. It's just the nothing to work towards. That's just not my sort of game. At least not for the Angry Birds format. If only the Earthblast Pig had lower health. Like just a little bit lower. We got you down to less than 3,000, so if you had 3,000 less health, then it would have been fine. Oh, and now we get the Necromancer. This one might actually be dicey because of the summons. French. Well, you see, the thing is, it's not even like an actual multiplayer game. You know, like there I could sort of understand it. You know, Mario Party, Wii Party, the board games. You know, that sort of thing. But Angry Birds Friends doesn't even have anything like that. Yeah, see, if it's quality slop, that's those are two contradictory terms. If it's quality, it's not slop anymore. You know, it's just quality. But then French slop games is used also for games that actually have decent quality, so like that's a bit of a different context. But yeah, Angry Birds Classic, that's good soup. Absolutely. Okay, I think with only 2 summons we can just attack and we should be fine. Because you need an extra turn because you're a zombie type. And you're also done. Yeah, like this game really has 3 types of undead enemies. The zombies, the ghosts, and the costumes. The zombies are the ones with that sort of rotten, stitched appearance. And they take 3 turns. Except for the Pharaoh. The ghosts are, well, the ghosts, that's pretty obvious. And they take 2 turns. No exceptions. And the costumes, much like zombies, take 3 turns, but they're not obviously an undead enemy by appearance. Right, their attackers are healed. Target ally attacks. Okay, so that one might be a little tricky because we need to get 2 attacks in. Let's try it one more time, because we need to get 2 attacks in after he applies the whatchamacallit. Oh no, 3 attacks even. So that means he would need to roll for zombie attacks twice. I'm gonna give it 3 more tries. How about that? Like after that, I will just concede. But I won't give up right away. Maybe we get a different roll. Maybe we don't. Okay, see? We got something different. And now we just need that to happen once more. Which isn't too likely. But who knows? 2 more shots. So let's see. And what's our mastery? Oh, still only 40. That's sad. I mean, it's not the kind of thing that will make it different in this specific situation. But still. Okay, come on. Just trust your zombies. Come on, do it, bro. Yes. Boom. And now we get this. Charge 3 turns. So, well, that's gonna take a while. So we can just keep going. And just try not to worry about the ghosts. Okay, let's see. The ghosts have 1500 health. And your thingy does more than that. There. Because the Holy Hand Grenade, which is a wonderful reference, by the way. Obviously Monty Python. Knocks out the undead enemies permanently. Which is pretty useful in some of the caves. And yeah, just the caves. Because you can't use him in the dungeons. That's only Piggy McCool. But in the caves, it can be pretty useful to have one that just knocks away undead enemies. Anyways, what do you say? I can't imagine many characters will be able to do so well. You mean the challenge as a whole? I think all the characters can do well, but not all classes. Like there are just some classes that really can't do well, but almost every character, even the worst one, Chuck, can still have like this one class that really does the deal. Anyways, I think Bomb could end up being a strong character too, since he's reasonable bulky. Yeah, and he does the AoE with the chili, which is pretty nice. Anyways, there we go. We just need to get a one hit in. Yeah, it challenges the whole. Chuck will struggle due to being as brittle as a champagne flute. And that makes me wonder, what is a champagne flute? Because I have never heard of that. Alright, then this is another castle where the supplementary units just move away when you defeat the main unit. But yes, now that you are here, I will show you how to defeat shit, what was it? Yeah, right, how to defeat Whispig without a direct attack from Prince Porky. Because like, oh, no bird can defeat me. But actually, and like that's true, no single bird can. But 3 birds together can do. Let me just do this. You know, the first wave, nothing special. It's just you defeat them, you deal with them. It's all good. There we go. We heal, we attack. The power of friendship. Yeah, basically, he's like, haha, no bird can defeat me. And we are like, but with the power of friendship and anime on our side, we can. There we go. I'm just gonna make Porky hit someone else. And then again, we're going to just attack Whispig. And even though it was just the birds, they defeated him, no problem. It's pretty funny. Oh, one of those tall wine glass. Ah, right. Those really funky ones, yeah. But yeah, honestly, although he is brittle, I think the AoE will compensate when it comes to the overworld levels. But like in the caves, it really starts affecting things. But in the overworld, I think Chuck just might be able to manage. Especially Rainbird, because he can heal. But he does, of course, have some other classes. And let's see. I think this one is going to be pretty bad because it's also limited to 3 units. But these ones are also still pretty solid. You know, even if they aren't as good as Rainbird. Alright, and with that, we have finished the solo challenge for the night. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels where he wasn't able to do it. Let's see, Eastern Kobold 7 and 8. Let's just give those a single shot. Just because we might as well. And see if he really does or does not stand any chance. 1 done, like a gazillion to go. Yeah, basically. Basically. Okay, I think first we're just gonna shield. And then let's see, how much damage do you do? Oh, right, you are the main issue. I see. A meow, a meow meow, a meow meow meow. Right, this is not looking too great. I think I'm starting to remember why this one ended up on the list. Ah well. No, at least it's relatively quick in sealing your fate. So in that regard, it's at least pretty fair. When it comes to the time you have to spend. Yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna shield anymore. Just do it, finish. Alright, then let's see. Cobalt 7. No, wait, the Cobalt 7 we just did, and we want to do Cobalt 8. Eastern Cobalt, to be precise. If it loads, if the game decides to load the levels, of course. There we go. Just a little more. Yes, of course, why not? More advertisements. Oh, it's a wave battle. Yeah, no, that could really be an issue, yeah. Okay, nice. That one charges. That's quite a beneficial start if we can take that out in... Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna shield. We have to shield. Okay. Then we hit him one more time. And we're still shielded and... Oh, hey, he doesn't even attack. Okay, well, this first wave already looks like it's doing pretty well. Now we just have to see how the next is going to be. Level 40 only. Yeah, the previous one really was just because there was that one massive pig with a gazillion health. Well, not even a gazillion, but when you don't have any combinations and high level characters working together, it's a problem. Right, then I'm gonna shield again. Seems like a good move. Now, I don't expect to be able to change anything in the list, but you know, it's just it's not that many levels to try, so might as well. You know? Oh, it takes so long for them to finish attacking when they're with so many units. Right, so here it really was the wizard. Ah well. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to... Like, maybe we're going to barely make it to wave 3, but after that... You know, like, maybe we're not even going to make it there. Yeah, see? Okay. Next one, East Bamboo. Yes, yes, battle lost. We get 2 silver, very nice. Oh, West Sea, probably. Or was it East? Oh no, East Bamboo first, right, I see. Eastern Bamboo Forest. Yeah, it's a wave battle, that's probably what does it. But first we get another advertisement. This game is like, it's like that meme of a recipe with add a shot of Jägermeister, but instead of Jägermeister it's just advertisements. Like add another advertisement. Add another advertisement. Add another advertisement. Add another. I am going slightly insane, I believe. And these ones have high enough health to be able to survive at least one attack because they got their dodge perk. But I think at this point with the damage I have, yeah, see, they would survive either way. How many waves is it? Too many if you don't hit the enemy. Let's see. Right there. How much? Oh, come on. 4 more Angry Birds friends, a smidge of Angry Birds space, maybe another Angry Birds space. You see, and the thing is, it's not even Angry Birds space. It's just the shitty half-assed recreation in either Reloaded or at Angry Birds 2 in some sort of event. No, it's a disgrace, really. It's pathetic. Yeah, I don't think red is faring too well in this level. Does it even have... I'm not even sure it does, to be honest. But also, because I know it's a slop game, I did not even bother to actually go and check. You know, that's it. Hello, could you connect, please? Yes, yes, battle lost. Shut up. Like just going to look even more into it would just be depressing, you know? Alright, and these final levels, we did them today, we know it's no use doing them for one reason or another. So with that, I say thank you for stopping by. It was really fun chatting with you again. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, and in total it's 8 levels out of like 200, so pretty solid. But yes, thank you for stopping by. There probably won't be a weekend stream because I'm busy in the weekend, so you know that. The Discord is still open, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good night. Bye.